What's up, everybody? You missed us? Because we are back. Let's get it!
Rosemary, go back to bed. You know you're not supposed to be up and around.
Welcome to Horrific Review, where I watch your favorite horror, sci-fi, and thrillers that you all recommend, rather as old or new, and I give you a little bit of feedback on and some information about the movie, and even some of my pros and cons about this movie. Ladies and gents, today's big question is, what would you do and how far would you go to bring a loved one back from the dead? Please comment below, and the best answer will receive a Horrific Review t-shirt. Well, Horrific Review is stopping at a legendary cemetery today. Yes, this shook the world and horror fans around the world. Ladies and gents, my name is Sam Jackson, and we are headed to the Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is based off of the 1983 horror novel by American writer Stephen King. The novel was nominated for a World Fantasy Award for Best Novel in 1986 and adapted into 3 films, one in 1989, 1992, and the newest adaptation, which we will be talking about, in 2019. Fun fact, on November 2013, PS Publishing released Pet Sematary in a limited 30th anniversary edition. I still haven't gotten that yet, but I'm on the way.
The Pet Sematary.
Place to bury our pets and remember them. Might seem scary, but it's not. Perfectly natural.
Dr. Lewis Creed, played by Jason Clarke, and his wife Rachel relocate from Boston to rural Maine with their 2 children. This couple soon discovers a mysterious burial ground hidden deep in the woods. After a tragedy strikes, Lewis turns to his neighbor, Jude Crandell, played by the actor John Lithgow, setting off a perilous chain reaction that unleashes an unspeakable, fucked up, twisted, crazy consequence. Crazy.
I know what you're thinking of doing.
This movie is very different from the other 2 movies. If you guys haven't read the books and you only watch Pet Sematary 1 and 2, well, this is a little different. Bringing animals back is one thing, ladies and gents, but in this Pet Sematary, it is not just about the animals. It's on a different level this time. I mean, that shit is chilling a little bit.
But they don't come back the same.
But this movie deals with bringing a loved one back from the dead. The daughter dies in a very way that's just like, damn, that shit's kind of crazy. But from a sweet little girl, she comes back to a dark serial killing monster.
Folks make a kind of ritual out of it.
But the father becomes obsessed with the daughter's death, trying to bring her back to life. Now I'm going to give you guys some facts about this movie. It's probably going to be another sequel. The Wendigo is an actual, real and terrifying Native American folktale. If you guys haven't seen it or read about it or watched a movie about it, please do. It's very knowledgeable. And if you guys didn't know, there are a lot of Easter eggs galore, in which, if you watch very closely, there is some Easter eggs of The Shining, which you guys, oh my, Stephen King fans should watch. Even Dark Tower, it's pretty lit. But there's 2 different endings to this movie. I love the original one, and I don't like the alternate ending that much. But the original one was pretty cool. It left off with some hotness. They had 5 different cats to play church.
There's something up there. Something that dates way back. Those woods belong to something else.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is in the eye of the beholder. So, you might agree or disagree with some pros and cons. Feel free to comment below some of your pros and cons about this movie, and let's get started. One of my pros to start us off, I love the old, newish feeling to it. It had a lot of Pet Sematary feeling to it, which, I love originality. So, that made me happy. The cat, I loved through the whole entire movie. He was what kept the old part still going. But just standing there and showing that, look, I'm not the old cat that you guys, buried.
Something
That cat was dead.
that brings things back.
I love it when a character changes from a loving man or woman to a psychotic, obsessed with madness character. And you see it in their eyes, you see it in their skin complexion. That is what drives me crazy in a horror and a sci-fi and any crazy movie is just that. Just.
I should never have shown you that place. Your child is not the only thing that will come back.
Another pro is how the little girl dies. Everything about it was great. No, I am not a cold-hearted killer, more of a lover. But ladies and gents, tragedy leads to madness, which can make or break a horror movie or any movie. I love the effect that the death had. The old man was cool as hell. I love how the writers wrote this character. He was loving, but he also has skeletons in his closet, which you guys didn't see until you get closer to the end of the movie and how he is connected to the Pet Sematary also. The daughter was great in a way of showing you how happy the family was. And that's what I liked about it. Then you see the dark side of her and how it relates and how it connects to the father or to the cat. That is also great. And the vision, the dead black guy, stay strong, you try to help out, but no one listens. Now, ladies and gentlemen, where there's pros, there are cons, because no movie is perfect. The movie at this point looked, cheesy at some points. Like, it was cheesy. Like, it could have been better. It really could have been better. There was some plot holes which had a lot of questions, and the questions were not answered. Rather, if it was in the middle or the end of the movie, the questions were not answered. And I'm sure if you all watched the movie and read the book, or read the book then watched the movie, you guys have questions too. When watching Pet Sematary, the dead sister was cool, but she actually became one of the main focuses, in my point of view, of the movie, instead of the cat or the daughter. The setup for this movie could have been a little bit better. I felt it was rushed in a way, and it needed another hour. Sometimes in any movie, some movies might need another hour to become great instead of just 1 hour, because then it feels like it's just rushed. You get what I'm saying? So I feel as though, in my point of view, the movie would have done even better if it was another hour.
Saw these in the trees up there.
They're warnings.
There could have been more deaths in this movie. I felt as though, there were not enough deaths in this movie. I needed to see something. The cat could have killed somebody, could have killed 3 people, or the daughter could have stuffed someone in the sandbox or stuffed someone in the grave instead of just killing the parents. The mother could have also been written a little better. I understand that it's based off of the novel. Tweak it a little bit. Sometimes you have to tweak a movie or a TV show a little bit just to make it entertaining. I didn't feel a dark horror vibe to it. I felt a thriller vibe to it. Another thing is, why didn't they re-kill a cat? I mean, instead of driving a cat 24 miles, he is linked to you, so he's always going to come back to you, which the old guy told him. And the mother didn't even put up a fight. That's one of another cons. They could have elaborated on the mother fighting back a little bit. But, I can go on for days. I can go on for hours about how bad or how good this movie was. But in every movie we watch, we must understand that there's a lot of work that go into these films. So for that, I want to thank the actors, the actresses, writers, directors, camera crew, and everyone else that made this movie happen. But I also want to thank you for watching. I am yours truly, Sam Jackson, and you are watching Horrific Reviews. Remember, it's horrifyingly amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, comment, and
You're coming.